everyone. I'm Nicole Boone. Welcome to Conversations with Nicole. The Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina has a new tribal chairman. John Lowery was sworn in at UNC Pembroke back in January. He is the youngest tribal chairman to be elected to the Lumbee Tribe. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about him. He has worked for the National Congress of American Indians in Washington, D.C., served in the Office of Tribal Relations at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, served recently as Regional Operations Director for the North Carolina Department of Commerce, and currently serves as the Tribal Liaison for Carolina Complete Health. Chairman Lowery is my guest today for Conversations with Nicole. Sir, I'm delighted to have you as my guest.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to have me. So thank you, Nicole.
Talk about what it's been like to be the newly elected chairman and to be the youngest one ever elected.
Yes, ma'am. It has been a great opportunity. I have enjoyed every moment of it so far. I fought hard to get here. I believe I have a lot to offer our people and to offer our tribe.
You describe your people as resilient. And
yes.
Tell me what that means to you as you look forward to the future of your tribe and your plans.
Our people over the years, over the decades, over the centuries, we have, from the way I said, we've learned to know that we would be told no, and then we learn to get around being told no. Yeah. And so we've done that throughout. As I told someone recently, when we could not be educated, we worked to educate ourselves. When we could not access businesses, or when we were not allowed into certain businesses, we decided to create our own businesses. There was a time when they would not allow us to preach and teach in churches, so we created our own denomination. When we wanted a financial institution to go to that would treat us right, we created our own banking system. So we've done what all we've had to do as a people to be where we are today, to understand what it meant for someone to tell us no, and then for us to understand that, what, we're going to do whatever we got to do to take care of ourselves and take care of our people.
You're an educator at heart. That's how your career began. So clearly you have a passion and a commitment to educating.
One thing that we have to do is to continue to tell their stories. At the end of the day, I did not face the same obstacles that my grandparents faced, but the thing is, I will face my own obstacles. And so we will have to overcome those. And we have to realize that our ancestors overcome a whole lot more than what we will have to ever overcome, hopefully. And so our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren, they also need to know these stories as well. So that's part of continuing to educate our people. One of my key initiatives as chairman is to do more around communication. The issues that I think a lot of governmental entities face is the lack of just getting out the word on the good stuff that's going on in the community, which goes back to educating. And so one of the things that we're doing at the tribe is I have started writing a monthly column. We are working on a quarterly newsletter that we will send out via social media, via email, and also into our citizens' mailboxes for them to see the newsletter, for them to understand what all is going on. And we're also working on just telling more stories. One thing that your former colleague and now my colleague Tasha Oxenine, one of the things that her and I have discussed is actually capturing the stories of our elders, sitting down with our elders who are in their 80s and their 90s, and we even have a couple who are in their hundreds, and actually sit down with them and turn on the video camera and just sitting back and say, tell me what all's going on.
Yes.
Tell us your story.
Communication and community outreach. And you talked about programs. Talk about some of the programs that the Lumbee Tribe offers and your plans for continuing improvements.
One of the pieces that I ran on as chairman was community outreach, was getting our folks outside of our turtle building, as we call it, getting our folks outside of Pembroke and getting them out into the other communities. And so far, since January 6th, we have held 17 outreach events in 9 different districts, just bringing our services to the people. And it greatly helps our elders, because our elders, they don't always want to drive 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes to Pembroke. Now, as far as programming goes, we do have a lot of housing programs. As you may know, our largest funding is from HUD. One of the things that I did, Nicole, during my first month in office was with our housing rehab program, we had income criteria and we also had asset criteria. And what I learned on the campaign trail was that a lot of our elders were being negatively impacted by the asset requirement. Because if you have an elder who's worked 30, 40 years and they've accumulated some property, but now they're in their 70s or 80s, we were telling them as a tribe, you know what, you may have 4 or 5 acres of land, but guess what? You need to put that land in somebody else's name, or you need to sell that land, or you may have 2 or 3 cars that are sitting in your parking, and so you need to sell a car or two because your assets were more than what was over the required amount. Right. And so I just thought that was crazy. Like, why are we punishing our grandmothers and our grandfathers because because their roof's leaking? Because over their 30, 40-year career, they actually bought some land. I mean, why are we making them sell land now when, as Native Americans, we should be encouraging land ownership and holding on to our land?
That's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
Own your land. I mean, goodness.
Yeah, exactly. So actually did away with the asset requirement with our rehab program within the first 30 days. So also within our housing, we do have down payment assistance. We also have a new homeowner program as well. We also have a lot of rental properties where individuals can rent a home or they can rent an apartment. We also have some senior elders facilities as well.
What I hear from you through all of this is giving your people an opportunity to succeed. As I listen to you talk, I can almost visualize you as you were on the campaign trail, so to speak, speaking to your people, telling them why you felt you would be a good leader for them. When you talk to them, what did you say? Because you're already enacting some of the things that you wanted to see happen for the Lumbee tribe. Tell me a little bit about that.
I have a passion for this. And I think that was one of the things that I really tried to drive home with our folks was I have a passion. And, passion, you have to, I don't think you just create passion inside. I don't think you just wake up in the morning and just have it. Right. Exactly. It comes from the heart. It comes from inside. And so I have a passion for our people. And that was something that I drove home. I said, look, I'm not out here to have a fancy title. I'm not out here to do this in order to propel myself to something else. Like, I want to be your chairman and being able to turn around and say, look, this is what I've done in my career. Yeah. If I can work with other tribes throughout the country, I can bring that same passion to working with my tribe every day.
100%. So speaking of your tribe, you are still hoping for that full federal recognition.
I think I want to say the state of North Carolina recognized us as a tribe in 1885, I believe, 1885. And we filed our first petition for federal services, for federal recognition to get federal services in 1888. So I don't know why. I can give you a couple of different point of views that I have taken throughout the years. I do know that I've read a lot of the early reports whenever BIA would send Indian agents down to visit our people in the 1900s and the 1910s and 20s and 30s, which we have all those reports. And they would say, yes, we do need to provide them with education services, but there is a lot of them, and so back in those days, at the turn of the last century, it was they are a large tribe, and BIA just did not have the money or did not have the resources at that time. They felt to provide us with the educational services that we needed and that we wanted. Now, as time has moved forward, there are still individuals who do raise that concern, oh man, you guys are so big and you guys are going to, take away services from other tribes, which is completely not true. But the Pamunkey were Pocahontas people. So the fact that Pocahontas people, who's probably one of the most famous Native Americans of all time, that her people were not recognized until over 400 years later, goes to tell you all you need to know about the federal acknowledgement process. That's the issue. Of course, we have had our neighbors up in the mountains, the Eastern Band of Cherokee. They have not been very friendly towards us during our time as we have tried to get federal recognition.
Why do you think that is? Tell me why that is.
I don't know. In a perfect world, we would all work together. We would all come together. We would all get on one accord on issues that we know affect both our tribes and also, the other tribes within our state. At the end of the day, at the Bureau at the federal acknowledgement process was a very fair process. And if tribes like the Pamunkey did not have to wait 30, 40, 50 years to be acknowledged, then I believe we would be very open to going through the federal acknowledgement process. But the thing is, we've been acknowledged, we've been recognized. The 1956 Act recognizes us as the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina. And so all we need is for the services that we did not get in 1956 to now start coming down to our people.
Yeah, it just is an interesting journey that your folks have been on, and one we will definitely continue to watch. Hey, you've got a powwow coming up in May. It will be the first since COVID hit where you'll actually get together. Tell me about that and what you anticipate. And I'm sure there's excitement in the air for it finally.
The powwow will be a great opportunity to get people back out, to get them back out to our cultural center. We are very excited. We are, Nicole, want it to be a grand event. We actually have a number of drums coming from outside of the territory coming here. We have a number of dancers coming as well. It's going to be a great time, and we call it is the dance of the spring moon, and when spring comes, that is the new beginning. That's the season of a new beginning. So we've been through the fall, we've been through the cold of the winter, through the deadness of the winter, and now the springtime is here. The sun's shining brighter, the temperature's rising, the flowers are out, and and it's just an opportunity for our people to come back together, to fellowship, to be united again, and to really enjoy the powwow scene.
Oh, I'm so happy that we're getting back to a place in our world where we can get out and do things like this again. So I have to ask, what role do you play during the powwow? I'm sure you speak to your people. Exactly what do you do?
Yeah. Well, now, this
Chairman Lowery, are you one of the dancers?
No, ma'am. I'm not. I'm
no
not
drums?
a dancer. I do sing. I do have a drum group called the Southern Sun, who I started singing with back in college. I do hope to be able to sit down with them at least one or two songs over the weekend and sing with them. But as chairman, this will be my first powwow in this capacity. So I look forward to being out in the arena during grand entry. I look forward to giving a welcome to our folks as we do begin the powwows. But I just want to see people having fun.
Well, I know they will be excited to see you. I am certain of that. And I just want to thank you for your time today. There's so much more I'm sure we could talk about, but I do want to let folks know if they want to learn more about the programs, your outreach, the things that you're trying to do for the Lumbee Tribe. Tell folks where they should go to receive that information.
Yes, ma'am. So they can always visit our site at lumbeetribe.com. One of the things that I've been preaching ever since I began this term is customer service. So our folks know that I'm very focused on us having the best customer service, the best quality customer service. I want that when our members come to the tribe, I want them to feel like we're there to hear their concerns, and that they are valued members of our tribe, and that they are very much respected. And so I do encourage our folks to come on down to the tribe, to call the tribe, to visit our website, And if there's something that we are able to assist you with, I hope we are able to assist you with those needs.
Well, I would say you've already delivered customer service, in my opinion, because you took the time to be with me today to share your story and to share how it's been as the new chairman of the Lumbee Tribe.
Yes.
So,
Mm.
in my opinion, you already get the gold star with customer service.
Well, thank you, thank you,
Next
thank
time
you.
I'll ask you to sing because I didn't.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm good. I'm good. But the thing is though, we want to continue getting those gold stars for the next 3 years, and hopefully the 3 years after that. So and then as my time ends, I want us to continue to get those stars, because if I don't leave nothing behind, I want to be able to leave behind the fact that customer service was one of our top priorities. And with that customer service comes the communication, comes the education, and comes the providing of the services that our people need.
Well, you have to promise me that you'll have another conversation with me again down the road to see how
Mhm.
all of those things I know will be coming to fruition. And who knows, maybe I'll mark my calendar and try to get up there in May.
Come on down, come on
Then I will
down.
hear you sing. Then I will
Yes,
hear you sing.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Come on down. Enjoy the powwow, enjoy the dance and the singing, enjoy the food, enjoy the fellowship. As I told you earlier, you do have quite a number of fans over here, and I believe that they would
Oh,
definitely make you feel at home. So just come on over and spend a day with us, spend an afternoon with us, and I guarantee you will enjoy every moment of it.
I'm going to try to make that happen, Chairman Lowery. I do appreciate your time today.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for being my guest on Conversations with Nicole.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you for having me. It's been a total pleasure. Thank you.
Wonderful. And folks, that's going to do it for this edition of Conversations with Nicole. Until I see you again, I hope you have a great day.